Hello and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about doing portraits in large format and what happens when you rush things, you don't really follow procedure, and how you might be able to make the best out of your results in the end. So I've been using a 4x5 inch field camera for around 3 years now, and I mainly did landscape work with it. And somehow in my head, I thought that doing portraits required me to get an 8x10 inch, and don't know why, but that's just how my brain rationalized it. So my friend Dan was visiting Vienna, and he hadn't actually shaved or trimmed his beard since the beginning of the pandemic. So I thought it would be a pretty cool idea just to document that, especially because I knew he was gonna trim it afterwards. So in terms of location, we just drove to an area that I knew already, and I knew that the light would be really nice on the afternoon. And even though it was quite sunny, it was also freezing cold that day, and that was already where the problem started. When you're working with large format, you really have to take your time, and working with the film holders, inserting the dark slides, all those things just takes a lot of time and requires a lot of patience. And I think that's where my main error was. I just wasn't patient enough, and I didn't know my way around the specific film holder that I was using. It was one that I never used before, and I was just a bit fidgety with everything. And then this was the result. So even though I double-checked everything, I actually got a light leak in both sheets of film that I exposed. And at first I really wasn't sure what went wrong, but after later inspecting the camera and looking at the bellows and the film holders and everything, I noticed that I didn't insert the film holder fully, and that's probably what caused the light leak. So I guess the lesson that I learned here was that when you think you've done everything correct, double check. When you think you've done everything correct in large formats, check 5, 6, 7 times, because there's probably still going to be an error somewhere. Either way, luckily, I got the 2 sheets developed, and I took them with me to Berlin, which is where I am right now. And I thought it would be a pretty cool idea to get to see if I could find a darkroom where I could work from and actually make contact prints of the negatives, just to see if there was anything usable from them at all. So I actually found a pretty cool darkroom that I could work from in Berlin, and I made 2 contact prints, and this was the result. And I have to say that I was surprised, and I thought they actually looked kind of cool. They kind of look like glass negatives, something from like the 1800s that were badly damaged, and the emulsion is already peeling off. And I think I kind of like that look. Also, the fact that they are heavily fogged because of the light leak, it makes Dan seem kind of ephemeral, which underlines his beard, which is now gone. But it also seems ironic because it's just a photograph. So what I took away from this is that even when you've messed up a frame, you still might be able to salvage something in the darkroom, especially because it's such a creative space where photography really gets a whole new meaning. So to wrap up this video, I'd just really like to say a big thank you to Intrepid Camera, who were so kind to send me one of their 8x10s to work with. And I'm actually really happy to be able to do some more work with it, and hopefully the next frames will be better, especially because I definitely learned my lesson. And then finally, a big thank you to Sabine Alex, who runs the darkroom here in Berlin. It's called Die Mobile Dunkelkammer. It's a really cool spot, and I had a great time working there. And if you want to rent a darkroom in Berlin, I guess that's one place you should check out. So thank you so much to everyone for watching this episode. Please like and subscribe, and hopefully stay tuned for more content coming soon. Take care. Bye.